guys, it's Anissa. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are doing our monthly Shop My Stash on this channel. Basically how I do them, I will go through my collection with you guys, and I actually just changed this month. I store my makeup in two big drawers that I'll show you guys later, and then I keep my everyday makeup actually in my desk. So what I do is I go through my collection with you guys. The makeup that I feel like I have a good idea about and I felt it out over the past month, I will put back in my drawers and replace it with something new to try. If I feel like there was a product that I really didn't touch enough, I will keep it in here. In these drawers, I also keep my makeup that I love to use that is discontinued. Then after I pick my makeup, I sit down and I do a full face with you guys and kind of just talk to you guys about any life updates that I have, things that matter to me. This one was pretty much all life-based, and there was some pretty major life changes in this past month. Before you go any further, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. I post on this channel every 4 days, so you never miss me for too long. Let's just go ahead and hop on into this and pick out some makeup and just do a little chit-chatting.
So this month, I'm gonna do things a little bit differently. So all this makeup up top here, this is stuff that was in those drawers from last month that I feel like I've used enough and I know how I feel about. Everything over in here is stuff that I felt like I didn't use enough and I still want to keep it in there. These are just essentials. I use that powder every day, and then I use these two hue shifters to mix. I already went and picked out my palettes for the month, so I'll get to that in a second. I'm going to be doing it a little bit differently because what I found is I'll pick all this makeup and then I'll only use these products that I really like, and then I won't want to try anything else that I haven't tried. And then I'm like, oh well, it's okay, I don't have to try it because I'm just going to change it in a month. From now on, makeup is staying in here until I feel like I have used it enough, and this should be a little bit quicker because I've already kind of went through and sorted through everything and we don't have to pick a whole bunch of makeup. I'm going to go ahead and go through my palettes. This first one is the JACLYN Hill palette. This is the original one. I love this palette with everything in me. I love the color scheme. The formula is also really, really good on these. I love the warm nudes, and then you have like a few pops of color over here. I haven't used this Naughty Nude palette from HUDA Beauty. It was when I did an in-depth review on it. This is just what the colors look like. These are so beautiful, so gorgeous, super blendable. I always tell you guys, if you're gonna buy any palette from them, I would definitely buy this one. I've had this in my collection forever. I got this in a BoxyCharm a long time ago. This is from Dominique Cosmetics, and it's the Celestial Thunder palette. I wanted to go ahead and use this one because it's like colorful, but it also has some really wearable colors. And I really don't know what the formula is like on these, so I wanted to go ahead and try that. I've also only used this palette once. This is the ColourPop California Love palette. And I've only used this in a dupes video. This is supposed to be a dupe of the Natasha Denona bronze palette. I'm not gonna put all of the ones on here that I have, but these are just some of the e.l.f. bite-size eyeshadows. And then this is a face duo. Also went ahead and picked out this e.l.f. Retro Paradise palette. I actually really like this palette. I did a review on this whole collection, and I honestly really love the color scheme in here. Again, it has some really nice wearable warm bronzes, but also some really pretty pops of color. I went ahead and kept this one in here because I do like to keep one colorful palette a month, and I just love this palette more than anything in life. I'm not sure if I have filmed my last month Shop My Stash with these two drawers, but now I have my drawers broken up into drugstore and high-end. These are actually from Walmart. They're dupes for the Alex 9s, and the reason I got these is because they have wheels on them, so they're easy to move around. They are pretty difficult to put together. You do need two people. Do not try to put them together by yourself because it will not work, I promise you. For eye primer, I'm going to use this Morphe eyelid primer, and this is just in the color translucent. I only have one high-end eyelid primer over here, and this is the MAC Paint Pot. I already know that I love that, but a couple of these I really haven't tried very much. I'm going to go ahead, instead of pulling that MAC Paint Pot, I'm going to use this e.l.f. Putty Eye Primer. I'm going to give this another chance. This is in the color Clay. I was going to get rid of this, and I used it in a full face of makeup I'm getting rid of, and I decided to go ahead and keep it. I want to make sure that I made the right decision. I used this in my last full face of first impressions. This is the Essence My Skin Perfector Tinted Primer. This is in the color 40 Tan. In that video, I did not like the foundation that I used. While editing the video, I was like, oh my gosh, maybe it was just the primer and not the foundation. I'm gonna go ahead and try that and see how it works with some other products. I'm gonna use this Hourglass. This is the mini Hourglass Veil. I've only used this in a full face of first impressions. I'm pretty sure that has sunscreen in it because it gave my skin like a very bluish tint. I'm also gonna go ahead and use this Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I like to use moisturizing primers in conjunction with like a poreless primer because my skin is just way too oily and way too textured to use just a hydrating primer, but I did have room for one more, so I'm also going to be using this one. I already know which one I'm going to pull over here. I want to go ahead and use this Maybelline 24-Hour Super Stay. This is in the color 356 Warm Coconut. I've only used this once or twice, and it's supposed to be really, really good. I know I was only supposed to pull two, but looking through my collection, I know that I like all of these. These are the only three that I'm kind of like iffy about. I've used this one once and it was really, really pretty. This one smells very strongly of alcohol. And then this one, the KVD Lock-It foundation, I just had a bad experience with her because I think she's too dark. But now that I have those hue shifters, I think that I can make that work. I'm actually not going to pull any new concealer because I already have like 6 over here that I still need to try. It is time for me to switch out these 2 pot concealers. I actually like all of the pot concealers that I have, so I kind of just go with whatever. This is actually a newer one and I really am loving it. This is the BAREMINERALS concealer and this is in the color Dark 2. NYX Full Coverage Concealer and this is in the color Caramel. I have not been able to find it in stores anywhere. I ordered this off Amazon. I did not use this Dragon Beauty color corrector at all, so I'm not going to pull a new color corrector either. A lot of the powders that I had in here I did not touch very much, so I'm going to go ahead and keep those in there. LANCôME Long Time No Shine Loose Setting Mattifying Powder in the color Translucent. I'm gonna try this one because when I used it, I think it gave my skin like a pinkish tint. So I need to figure that out. That way I can return that because that was not cheap. I'm gonna use this Milk Makeup one too. These are such huge jars. I am actually gonna go ahead and use this Hard Candy Chilling Wonder Powder. This is like brand spanking new. I used it in a full face of First Impressions and this is very similar to the Becca water powder that they had. They're actually going out of business though, so I'm pretty sure that they like tried to dupe that. This is so old. This is the Anastasia Original Glow Kit. Y'all can see she's been through it. This is the first thing that I really got excited about buying as far as high-end makeup goes. I haven't used this MAC blush in Raisin in a very, very long time. This is also in my most recent full face of First Impressions. This is the NYX Sweet Cheeks Soft Cheek Tint in the color Coralicious. I'm going to use this one from e.l.f. I really love this palette and I really love their cream blushes. Makeup Revolution. This is actually a concealer, but I use it as a contour. I only have a few things for lip products because I did not use like any of them. I'm telling you guys, whenever I put those Sephora lip liners in my drawers, nothing else gets touched. This is brand new to me, at least. This is from the brand Tree Hut. They make those really famous sugar scrubs. This is the Sugar Lips lip scrub. I'm just gonna be basic and use this Burt's Bees in the scent Peppermint. I need a dark brown in there, so I'm gonna use this e.l.f. Retro Paradise collection, and this is the darkest lip liner in that last drawer. So this is all thing eyes, so eyeliner, eye pencils, eyebrow pencils, mascara, loose glitters, smaller eyeshadow palettes. I have not used my e.l.f. Lock On Liner brow cream in ages, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull this CoverGirl. This is the microfine brow pencil. So fell in love with this when I used this in my last full face of First Impressions. So super creamy. It reminds me a lot of the Benefit Precisely My Brow Charlotte Tilbury Brow Sheet Micro Precision Brow Pencil, and I got this in the color Black Brown. The only thing that I need is 2 mascaras. I'm actually going to be using 2 drugstore mascaras. This is the infamous Maybelline Sky High, TikTok famous, and then this is just an e.l.f. mascara. The name actually rubbed off. Oh no, there it is. This is the Lash Extending Mascara. I honestly don't know how I feel about this. I feel like I really like the Lash It Out Loud more, so I want to use this one. That way I can decide if I want to get rid of it or not. Okay, so I kind of got my drawers all sorted, and this is what the first one's looking like. I like to have everything to where I can at least see it from a top view. Just showing you, that is what my other drawer looks like. I feel like this system's going to be a lot better, and it's also going to make these videos a little bit shorter, because the point in me doing this is that way I can kind of get a better idea of everything that's in my collection. We're gonna go ahead and chit chat and do some makeup. We have so much to talk about, so I went ahead and already did my eyebrows, and I'm actually really happy with the way that they turned out today. And usually I don't show you guys the products because you've already seen them all, but I wanted to mention this CoverGirl Ultra Fine Brow Pencil, and this is in the color Soft Brown. These aren't carved out or anything. This is just all that product on its own. I'm super excited, guys. There's a lot of exciting and new stuff going on in my life. First, I'm going to talk about a couple of makeup related things, some things that I'm going to be changing on my channel just to keep you guys updated. I am really not going to be testing a bunch of old products, and what I mean by this is doing a separate review for those videos. So if there's an older product that I want to test, then I'll just throw it in a full face of First Impressions. And the reason I'm designating the reviews for just new products is because there's so much new makeup coming out. Right now I have my videos planned for June, but I guarantee you once June comes, I'm gonna have to push some videos back. I pretty much try anything that is intriguing to me. I'm more than happy to do reviews on older products as long as you guys specifically request them. So you can do that by DMing me on Instagram, or you can just leave a comment under any of my videos, and I read all of my comments. I like all my comments, respond to you and let you know if that's something that I plan on doing. If you guys request a product that I already personally use, I'll probably just leave you a comment kind of telling you my overall thoughts on the product. On my full face of First Impressions,
depending on the day, I'm not gonna say all the time, but let me know, would you guys want a full face of first impressions if I did a wear test with the full face of first impressions? Because most of the time I just review the makeup and then take it off unless I have somewhere to go. The reason that I wanted to start doing that, when I tested out the Rare Beauty foundation, I absolutely hated the way that it applied, but it actually wore pretty well for it to be a natural foundation. That's kind of what sparked that idea. So let me know if that's something that you guys would be interested in. I have started to leave the foundation shades that are the closest to me in my description box as a reference for you guys. That way, if you're wanting to try a product and you think that we're the same shade. I got my eyelashes a little bit longer than usual. I'm testing out a new length for graduation. If you guys are interested and you're wondering and you do have lash extensions, you'll know what I'm talking about. These are length 17 with a C curl. I wanted to do a D curl, but the website that I order my lashes off of is out of D curl. The longer they get, the happier I become. One last kind of skincare related thing. I don't even know if you guys will be able to see it, but I literally just started noticing it today. I'll put a picture in, but I started using the Polish Choice BHA toner because I heard that that was really, really good for discoloration, texture. I'm pretty sure that that's what is doing it to my skin, but I have like these dry patches just right on this side of my neck. Not on this side of my neck, but just over here and a little bit up on my face, and I didn't even notice it until this morning. I'm thinking it has to be that. That's the only new thing that I have used. I've heard nothing but amazing things about that stuff. I was trying to empty out another toner that I had before I started using that one. That way I could use it religiously and really see if there was a difference in my skin. I'll have to keep you guys updated on that. Tell me if you guys know if this is true or not. I heard that some of the makeup from TJ Maxx is expired. So let me know if you guys have run into that issue. I have never had a bad reaction to any makeup that I've used from TJ Maxx on my skin, and this could also be a little bit not true. Let me know if you guys know. I thought the expire date on makeup couldn't start until you opened it. Now, given if it's like been sitting there for 5-10 years, okay, it's probably expired, but there's some makeup I don't open it until 2 or 3 or 4 months afterwards. So do you start the expiration when you buy it, or do you start it when you open it? Because technically you don't know when that product was made. So it could have been made like 2-3 months ago, even in regular stores, not just in TJ Maxx. So I thought that was really interesting. I saw that on TikTok the other day. I'm almost done with my CNA class. I test in like 4 or 5 days. I was gonna say if you're people of prayer, then pray for me, but I'll already have taken the test when this video goes up. If you guys have watched probably the last like 3 or 4 of these, you would know that I have been keeping you guys really updated on my college situation. And man, let me tell you, has it changed. Originally, I was going to go to a college that was about 90, I think it's exactly 99 miles from my house now. Because I'm a healthcare worker, they were going to allow me to live off campus in an apartment because I work in a nursing home. So like that way, if I was working COVID unit, I wouldn't, you know, be exposing people in the dorms to it. And also, if people in the dorms had it, it wouldn't prevent me from going to work. But I share this stuff with you guys, that way you can fully know who I am. Not just Anissa in makeup, but Anissa in school, Anissa at work, Anissa at home. I can only hope for all of you that you find a job that you love as much as I do. Because I'm telling you, I'm convinced that I have the best job for me. I love taking care of people more than anything in this world. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to get emotional. When you know that you're making a difference and you know that you're helping people and changing people's lives, it's a pretty amazing feeling. Being in the healthcare field, in my opinion, is one of the most rewarding fields to be in because you are making a difference. You're changing people's lives. I was really excited to be able to do that and go to school and be able to work. And to me, work is not work because I love what I do. It is an outlet for me. It is something that keeps me sane, just like this, to pour my passion into and my love for people. That's what it is to me. I know not everybody in the position to where they love their job. And if you're in that position, just know I'm praying for you. And I hope that your circumstance does get better, and I hope that your circumstance maybe changes and allows you to make a career change to where you can do something where you really feel like you're making a difference. For 3-4 months, they were telling me, yeah, you're gonna be able to do that, that's fine. How it works is when you do off-campus housing as a freshman, you have to put an exemption in. Multiple people that I talked to told me that I had nothing to worry about. I was supposed to know back in February. Well, long story short, they didn't end up telling me until probably like a month ago that I couldn't do that anymore. Keep in mind, when you put in an exemption, I don't know if it's like this at all colleges, but at the one that I was going to attend, you are not able to put in a application for actual housing, so like dorm housing, until you know that your exemption is denied or requested. So, you know, by this point, the application had been open for 2-3 months. So pretty much everybody had already gotten there, you know, they were on their list. How your placement goes by how far down you were on the list. So granted, even if I would have got on the list, my housing probably would not have even been the greatest. I prayed about it and I decided that I am going to stay home for the first year. And it was a really hard decision for me to make because I wasn't sure if I was doing the right thing. And I think it was so hard for me because it's just not what I envisioned for myself. And not only that, but people are so judgmental. People will always tell you what they think you should do, even if they don't know your circumstance. I was really nervous to see what other people thought because, you know, everybody else is going off to college. My boyfriend, me and him were supposed to go away together. We're not going together anymore. My best friend's going to that college. I kind of felt for a little bit like I was being left behind. Pretty much things just fell into place. I found an apartment. It's a really, really nice apartment, guys, and it's one of the only locked buildings in my town. Super nice. I mean, I'm so excited to show you guys. I want to do an unfurnished apartment tour. I want to do a furnished apartment tour, kind of like keep you guys updated. I'm going to have a beauty room. I'm so excited. Not even a beauty room, but just a filming room. I keep all my filming equipment in my room now, which, you know, to be able to be 18 years old and have a filming room when a lot of people in their 20s don't have the opportunity, I just feel so blessed. So, you know, things kind of came together. I got offered a really good job here that pays really, really well. It's a perfect shift. My classes are perfect. That's kind of the plan as of right now. I think I've only told a couple people that because honestly, like, I just feel like it's not anybody's business who is not invested into me in my life. And I feel like you guys are invested into me in my life, so it's totally your business, which is why I'm sharing. It's May 19th now. I move on June 21st. Very, very soon, like a month from now. Probably only gonna be a couple more videos with this backdrop, which kind of makes me sad, but also makes me happy because, you know, I think every high schooler goes through this, especially when they're getting ready to go to college. You get a completely different routine. You know, you're used to going to school for 8 hours a day for the last 13 years of your life, and now that's gone. Looking through old pictures and getting ready for my open house has definitely made me very emotional. I had to realize if we stayed in the same season for all of our life and, you know, stayed in our comfort zone and never pushed ourselves to do something that we probably wouldn't do otherwise, you never grow. Growing is what makes people so amazing. You know, we have the ability to learn from our mistakes and we have the ability to look back on the past and reminisce, appreciate those good memories. I will tell you guys this over and over. I have the best freaking parents in the whole world. I love my parents more than anything. They would do absolutely anything and everything for me, and I would do the same for them. It's just been really emotional because, you know, like this has been, sorry guys, I told you this was gonna be really emotionally heavy, but this has been my room for the past 6-7 years. This has been my home all of my life. This is the day I came home from the hospital. I'll always think of here, no matter where I am. I will always think of this as my home. Everybody should live on their own for at least a year without your family, without spouses, without significant others, because then you truly learn things about yourself that you probably never knew before. I cannot wait to show you guys this coffee table I picked out because when you see it, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, Shanisa, that is so you. I have my couch picked out. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. I think that this is gonna be a really good transition year for me because I'll be able to be on my own, but I won't be 2 hours away from my family. If I need anything, I have that convenience of being able to come back here whenever I want and then going off and starting nursing school. I think it'll be good for me to kind of start at a smaller college and then work my way up to a really big one because my local community college is super tiny. Another thing that really turned me towards my local college, I know that we're not in the same place that we were a year ago with this virus, but I mean, it's still not anywhere near over. And if you think that it is, I'm gonna be the bearer of bad news and tell you it's not. I feel like that was really inconsiderate for somebody to not even consider the fact that, hey, you know, I'm a healthcare worker. Not only am I trying to keep myself safe, but I'm trying to keep my patients safe and I'm trying to keep my peers safe. I think I would have done really well down there anyways, regardless, as long as I was working. Filled out an application for a dorm, and then, you know, I prayed about it and I was like, you know what, I think this is what God wants me to do for right now. We're just gonna see where life takes me. I'm really excited to kind of show you guys my new setup that I have in mind, and also to kind of take you guys on this journey with me, because what I want to do, I really want to start vlogging more, like doing days in my life, day in the life of a college student, day in the life of a working college student and a YouTuber. If that's something that you guys want, let me know. I know that most people like to make a separate page for vlogging, but I feel like that's doing the most. I understand that people do it because they know that not all of their viewers want to see their everyday life, but me personally, when I really am invested into somebody's channel, most of the time I'm following the vlog channel, so I feel like you guys won't mind if I post a vlog every now and then. The makeup is not going anywhere. And also just be an even better way for me to kind of keep you guys updated. Okay, I thought it was just me. It's this Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. Now granted, I don't tell you guys everything because some stuff, it needs to be kept, you know, within the family, within that relationship, within that friendship. Just everyday stuff that happens to me, of course I'm gonna tell you guys. I'm comfortable with doing that, but I know not everybody is. Just show you guys the eye makeup. I didn't plan on it being this super dark and smoky, but I actually think it looks really pretty. If you guys are not familiar with what a CNA is, it is a certified nursing assistant. At least where I live, they offer a year course in high school. I do half days. I don't even go to school anymore actually, which I think I talked about that in my last Shop My Stash. I finished the year on virtual because I was taking the CNA class and it required me to kind of socially distance and not be around super huge groups of people like at school. It's an 8-week class instead of a 52-week class. It's kind of like a very accelerated version of the course, and you pretty much learn a year's worth of work in 8 weeks. Weeks 1 to 3 was from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Weeks 4 to 5 was 4 to 9 on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. The last 3 weeks or whatever, that would be whatever week to week 8, is 3 to 9, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I mean, you really cram, but me personally, I'd rather just get it all done in an accelerated fashion and just suffer for a little bit than have to drag it out and do it over a whole year. It was so refreshing because where I did my clinicals is actually where I'm starting my new job, and I start my new job next week. The thing about healthcare, and if you're a healthcare worker, you will definitely attest to this, there are some big companies that do not care about their employees at all. And I used to work for one of those. They treated us like crap. Also, this is a new sponge. I don't know how I'm feeling about it. This is from Morphe. This is the first time I've ever using it. It's wet, but it feels dry, but it doesn't look bad. Anyways, some of the stuff that I saw there literally broke my soul. Like, it broke me down as a person, and it just made me not myself. It made me hate healthcare, and it made me hate my job. I'm so grateful that I was able to be somewhere that was so bad, because now I know what good looks like. And I'm also so blessed because when you're starting a new job, especially at a nursing home, the only way that you really know what you're getting yourself into is if you know somebody that works there. If not, you really don't know what goes on behind the doors. Actually able to do my clinicals at my new job, and it's just so good there that it felt like a dream, because my old job was just nothing like it at all. I start there next week. I'm really excited, as long as I pass my test. There are 72 skills that you have to memorize. Some of them have 4 steps, some of them have 35 steps. What happens is on the day of the test, there's 3 that everybody automatically gets, and then 3 that are random, that you have no clue what you're gonna get. And you have to perform the skills. It's like taking a driver's test. You actually have to do it. That's the part I'm nervous for. And then there's a written portion that has like 100 questions. I did a practice and I did really good on the practice, so I'm not really worried about the written. I like being in control, and I don't like not knowing what's going to happen. Oh my gosh, guys, have I talked about graduation? Yeah, I graduate in 2 weeks. Mentally, I feel like I'm already graduated because I'm not at school, although I still, you know, do my schoolwork. I was clocked out a long time ago is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Usually I don't ever talk about the makeup that I'm using, but I use this KVD foundation. I didn't even have to use 2 pumps. I could have gotten away with 1 pump. For probably 2 weeks, guys, I was eating so good. My kryptonite is cookie dough. Pillsbury chocolate chip cookie dough, to be specific. I'm a stress eater. I do my CNA class on top of school, and I was taking classes at the college during this year for high school, just for a couple credits for my prereqs, and that was awful because then I was doing 2 schools and CNA. Luckily that ended probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. I'm so mentally ready and clocked out because I already kind of know where I'm going and I know what my future is. Starting this new job, I'm moving all within the next month, graduating. I'm just ready to be there. I feel like we're on like the long haul right now. When I first started my job at the old place that I worked with, the assisted living, my neck really started to bother me because of all the lifting that I had to do. I pushed through it. I would go get massages. There would be sometimes I would have such a shooting pain in my neck that I couldn't even move my neck one way because it's like a string that was being pulled and plucked on. I'd get massages and that would like alleviate some of my pain, but not all of it. Like, it kind of just be like a temporary thing. Made me feel a little bit better, and you know, they always told me, you know, it's not gonna be relieved the first time you go. Well, I went consistently and it wasn't helping. When COVID happened, it got even worse because I had to sit and look at a computer screen all day. I went to my doctor probably a year ago, and she was going to put me on this medication that was an anti-inflammatory. My insurance wouldn't give it to me. They wanted me to take the generic brand, but I couldn't take the generic brand because I have von Willebrand's, which is a type of hemophilia, and there was blood blood thinners in the generic brand. When I shave my legs and I cut myself, it bleeds and bleeds and bleeds forever and ever and ever because my blood doesn't clot very well. So I was like, okay, you know what, whatever. I remember I was crying because I was so upset that I could not get on this medication. This past week, I had to take AP exams and it's a 4-hour test, and I was looking down and I literally just like kept on going like this, and it was unbearable. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to a chiropractor because I cannot take this anymore. So I go and see the chiropractor, and he does the little physical evaluation on me, whatever, and he pretty much tells me that my neck is so tight that he thinks that even if he did adjust me, he doesn't think that it would do me any good. And he didn't feel comfortable adjusting me because I was so tight. He was afraid that something else was wrong. He told me that I had to go see my doctor. I went and saw her 2 or 3 days ago. Every time she went right over my spine, the pain that it caused to shoot down my back literally made me want to jump off the table. She was like, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to order you an x-ray and just go get these x-rays whenever you can. My dad was there and he had mentioned to her that I was having a lot of lower back pain. And she did the same thing, hit a part of my spine right on my lower back, and it just made me want to jump off the table. So I go get these x-rays yesterday and I'm waiting to hear the results. But good news, my parents switched insurances, so I was actually able to get on the medicine that she originally wanted to put me on. So I've only been on it for 3 days, so I can't really tell if it's making a huge difference or not. She told me that I need to do physical therapy for the next 6 weeks, 3 times a week. I've never had to have physical therapy for anything. I've never broken a bone that needed physical therapy. The only bone that I've ever broken is my collarbone. They told me that it had to heal on its own. I'm the type of person, I will push through things. I'll wait and I'll wait and I'll wait until I just can't tolerate it anymore, instead of being like super proactive. I kind of did it to myself. I probably shouldn't have waited a year. I know I shouldn't have waited a year, but at least I'm getting it taken care of now, and I was really adamant about getting it taken care of this time because I am going to be starting this new job and I don't want to be in constant pain. My new job is part-time, by the way. I'll be working in the mornings, which is my favorite shift to work. Since we're on health-related stuff, I did get my second COVID vaccine. So the first one I did not do the best with. The day that I got it, there was tingling all through my arms to my fingertips, and then I completely lost feeling in my arm. Someone told me that it may have just been the person that did my shot. They could have just hit a nerve or something, and that is what could have made me have that sensation. My arm was really sore, kind of like the regular schmegular things that you've been hearing everybody say. Got my second shot, and y'all, it wiped me out. Like, I went to bed that night at I think 7, and I didn't wake up until 11 a.m. the next day. And I was still tired. And that's not me. I'm always up by at least 7. Even during the weekend, I'm somebody, I would rather get up really early and get all my stuff done. That way I can relax at night, because especially homework wise, I have figured out, and I'm sure that you guys know too, whether you operate better in the morning or nighttime. I go through these stages, especially the past 2 or 3 weeks. You guys have noticed my uploads have not been exactly every 4 days because I've just been so tired and unmotivated. I've just been stretched in so many different directions that I wasn't like excited to sit down and edit a video or excited to sit down and film a video, because it was something else that I had to do on top of everything else that I was responsible for doing. Still busy, but they're kind of starting to wind down now. I'm just super duper excited. We hit 100 followers on TikTok. I film a lot of really fun stuff over there. At first, I kind of liked doing tutorials, but now I really love doing like shop with me's, showing you guys my favorites, showing little tips and tricks, my favorite makeup sponges, makeup brushes. I completely forgot to mention this in the first part of this video, don't know how. When I first got this new desk and this new film setup, I actually went to IKEA, and the only thing they had in this desk that I wanted was a green color. You really couldn't tell that it was super green because my room is a gray color. It looks so gray that it's almost blue. So the green just kind of blended in. I wanted to go ahead and spray paint my desk before I moved. It's a little ghetto looking, not gonna lie, but it does the job. It looks white. There may be spray paint drops running down the legs and down the front. Maybe a little bit chipped, but it's all right because it looks white. I really don't DIY stuff. I would rather just pay somebody to do it. But you know, every once in a while, when I get a little bored and I need something to like spice up my life, I will switch things up. All right guys, so I went ahead and finished off my lower lash lines, mascara, and then I just whipped on a quick lip color. If you watched to the end, thank you so much. It really does mean a lot to me. I love the fact that not only can I share the makeup side of Anissa, but I can also share all the other sides of Anissa with you guys, and to me that is so special. If you guys like these videos, lucky for you, I have a whole playlist. I will link it right up here for you guys, that way you guys can check that out if you are interested. I have all of my other playlists listed down in the description box if you guys are in the mood to binge watch. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.